Adventure is not about seeking certainty. It's about risking everything to be fully present in the moment. Hi, Sparkles, and welcome back to Intuitive Wisdom. Today, I want to explore something that has been on my heart lately. If we believe we are supported by spirit, if we believe we are co-creating our lives with something greater than ourselves, if we believe intuition is always guiding us, then why does letting go of worry sometimes feel so risky? Why can worry feel safer than trust? And why do we often hold on to fear even when we're longing for more peace? Here we go. I'm Margaret, certified Angel Reiki Master, intuitive guide, author of Make Ease Your Vibe, and creator of the Home Frequency Reset. This is Intuitive Wisdom, where we explore the connection between energy, intuition, spirituality, and the spaces we live in, so you can create more peace, clarity, and delicious ease in your home, your heart, and your life. I recently made a summer vision board, came across a quote about adventure and risking everything to be present. I sat with it for a bit and I realized what it meant. Not risking everything financially, not risking everything physically, but risking the illusion of certainty. Risking the stories we tell ourselves about what might happen. Risking the need to know how everything will unfold. And it made me wonder, what if the greatest adventure isn't climbing a mountain or traveling the world? What if the greatest adventure is learning to trust the present moment? Because if we're honest, many of us spend a lot of time somewhere else. I'm raising my hand for future traveling in my mind, right? We're in tomorrow, we're in next month, we're in the conversation that hasn't happened yet. We're rehearsing outcomes, preparing for problems, managing possibilities, and we call it being responsible. But what if it's actually keeping us from fully living? As someone who works with intuition, energy, and spiritual guidance every day, you think that trust would come naturally for me. And sometimes it does, but I'm human. Fun, right? There are moments when I catch myself worrying about things that haven't happened, wondering how something will work out, trying to figure out every possible outcome before I've even taken the next step. And when I pause and really look at what's happening underneath the worry, I notice something interesting. Worry often creates that feeling that I'm doing something, that I'm preparing, that I'm staying ahead of potential problems, that somehow, if I think about it enough, I can prevent discomfort. But the truth, most of the things I've worried about never happened. And the things that did happen were often handled differently than I imagined. I think worry can become comforting because it creates a false sense of control. It's familiar, it's predictable, it gives the mind a job to do. And when we're worried, we can convince ourselves we're being productive. But worry and control aren't the same thing as power. Power comes from presence. Power comes from trust. Power comes from knowing that whatever unfolds, we will meet it when it arrives. Not in 5 days, not 5 days before, not 5 months before, but when it gets here, right? When it arrives. The irony is that the more tightly we grip the outcome, the harder it becomes to hear our intuition. Because intuition speaks in the present moment. Spirit guides us in the present moment. Divine support is available in the present moment. Or, as I like to say, and then see my kids' eyes roll, when tomorrow comes, it will be today. It's all about now, the present moment. Worry pulls us into the future that doesn't exist yet. And when we're consumed by that need to control the outcome, we disconnect from that guidance that's available right now. One of the most beautiful lessons I've learned is that co-creating with spirit isn't about sitting back and hoping everything works out. It's not passive, it's a partnership. We take the next aligned step, and spirit meets us there. We listen, we act, we trust, we just, we continue. Co-creation asks us to participate without demanding guarantees. And that can feel vulnerable because there are no guarantees. But there is guidance, there is support, there is wisdom, available to us when we slow down enough to hear it. So, here's a question. I love learning from questions that I've been sitting with. What would change if you trusted yourself more than your worries? What would become possible if you released the need to know exactly how everything will unfold? What if your next step is not to figure it all out, but simply to be present enough to receive the next piece of guidance? Because maybe letting go isn't losing control. Maybe it's releasing an illusion that was never serving us in the first place. I'm going to repeat that. Maybe it's releasing an illusion that was never serving us in the first place. So to recap, today we explored why worry can feel comforting, how it creates this illusion of control, why presence is where our power actually lies and lives, and how co-creating with spirit asks us to trust the next step rather than the entire path. The adventure isn't knowing. The adventure is being willing to walk forward anyway. So this week, I challenge you to notice where worry is asking for your attention. And instead of asking yourself, how will this all work out? Try asking, what is my next aligned step? And then take that step. And allow the rest to unfold one moment at a time. Thanks so much for joining me for this episode of Intuitive Wisdom. If this conversation resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, leave a review, send this episode to someone who may need the reminder. And until next time, remember that peace matters, kindness is a practice, and delicious ease is available to you. All the best and lots of sparkles. Hi, Sparkles. If today's episode resonated with you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little more peace, clarity, and support. I appreciate your help. To learn more about my home frequency reset services, take the free home energy type quiz and explore my book, Make Ease Your Vibe. Be sure to visit my website, deliciousease.com. That's DELICIOUSEASE.com. And remember, Sparkles, peace is possible, your intuition is trustworthy, and creating a life that feels aligned and supported starts right where you are. All the best, and see you soon.